Today, I worked on a vehicle with the check engine light on. The customer brought it in after noticing some performance issues, so I started with a scan tool to check for any fault codes. The scan revealed 3 codes: P0106, manifold absolute pressure, barometric pressure, circuit range, performance; P0171, system 2 lean, bank 1; P1101, intake airflow system, performance. These codes pointed to potential air intake or fuel system issues. To get a clearer picture, I used the scan tool to monitor live data. I immediately noticed that both the short-term and long-term fuel trim parameters were out of range, which meant the engine was struggling to maintain the proper air-fuel mixture. Next, I connected a smoke machine to the air intake system. Inducing smoke into the system is a reliable way to find leaks. The smoke machine gauge indicated there was a leak, but I couldn't see any external smoke escaping. This suggested an internal leak, so I removed the engine oil fill cap and noticed smoke coming out, an indicator of a problem with the positive crankcase ventilation (PCV) system. I removed the valve cover for a closer inspection and discovered that the PCV diaphragm, also known as the burst disc, was cracked. This diaphragm is integrated into the valve cover, meaning the entire valve cover had to be replaced. However, a faulty burst disc is often caused by a problem with the positive crankcase ventilation vacuum check valves. If these check valves aren't functioning properly, they can create excessive pressure and cause the new valve cover to fail prematurely. There are 2 check valves in this system, one within the intake manifold and the other at the turbocharger inlet. I started by inspecting the intake manifold check valve. After removing the corrugated hose from the intake manifold port, I used a flashlight to look for the small orange-red plastic pin inside the port. Sometimes this pin can get dirty, so I cleaned the area with alcohol and a cotton swab. If the pin is missing, it means the check valve has failed, requiring the intake manifold to be replaced as it's integrated into the assembly. Next, I tested the check valve at the turbocharger inlet by blowing through the corrugated hose connected to it. Air should flow smoothly through the hose. If it doesn't, it means the check valve is faulty. In this case, both check valves were working properly, so I focused on replacing the valve cover. After replacing the valve cover, I cleared the fault codes and performed a road test. The vehicle ran smoothly, the check engine light stayed off, and no new codes appeared. Why this happens? The PCV system regulates crankcase pressure and prevents unburned gases from escaping into the atmosphere. Over time, the PCV diaphragm can fail due to heat, pressure, or wear. If the check valves in the system aren't functioning correctly, they can contribute to this failure by allowing excessive vacuum or pressure to build up. Tips for diagnosis. Always check the condition of the check valves when replacing a valve cover with an integrated PCV diaphragm. Skipping this step can lead to a repeat failure in a few months. Also, using a smoke machine is an excellent way to detect leaks that might not be visible otherwise. This repair highlights the importance of thorough diagnostics. By systematically testing the PCV system and related components, I was able to pinpoint the root cause and ensure a lasting repair. If you're experiencing similar issues, this step-by-step approach can help you get your vehicle back on the road.